Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of my MotoGP 19 mod career mode. Today we are here for round number 12 for the British Grand Prix, my home race here at Silverstone. But if you guys did miss round 11 for the Austrian Grand Prix at the Red Bull Ring, then do check out the episode, guys, by clicking the card in the top right hand corner of your screen before I give any further spoilers. But for this race, it is my home Grand Prix and I'm determined to win it and try and extend my championship lead. You can see on the right hand side of the screen, we're currently leading the way in the championship. And after the last race, which was very explosive, including crashes for Vinales and also Dovi as well, the championship really got blown wide open. And as you can see, it's still a four-way strap for the championship, but we've got a nice little gap now of 16 points to Dovi in the Ducati and 27 points to Marquez and Vinales. But still, all those guys are all in the mix and it's a four-way fight for the championship in my opinion, and things are getting very tasty. With that being said, we're now going to jump into Friday practice here at Silverstone, and first of all we'll take care of the R&D programs, and then we will try and take care of setting a lap good enough for Q2 in qualifying. So with that being said, let's jump into it, and it's time for Friday practice here at the British Grand Prix. Okay, so we have finished now the development test, or the complete test you could say, and things are done and dusted. Now, the test, you can see we scored maximum points, which is good news. However, the bad news is we don't have much pace around here. We really don't, as you'll see now. Let's quickly jump into the race results, or the practice results. And you can see here, we're not even in the top 9. Let's scroll down to see where I am at the minute, and we are all the way down in P14. So we need to find some time. This is not my best track. It's such a tricky track for me to get right, and we've got work to do. The Yamahas are 1-2. They're looking very strong here, but we're going to get to work and see if we can try and improve. We've still got 27 minutes, so let's try and get the lap time down. I reckon I could go fastest on a perfect lap, but I am nowhere near hooking it together at the minute, so let's try and do some lap times. Right, it's been a perfect lap so far. Just one mistake, and that was running a little bit wide at the F1 version's turn 1. I think it's called Abbey. But now, here we go. Can we get this final corner right as Valentino Rossi hits the deck across the line? And we do improve. There we go, 53.8. Luckily, our final sector's good. My weakest sector, sector 2. We lose 3/10 through there, but other than that, the rest of the lap is pretty strong. And we take first place, and that lap should be good enough for Q2. So, panic avoided. We managed to get together a decent lap. Thankfully, I followed Nakagami through sector 1, which really helped me out, and that kind of helped me out to really get the lap off to a good start. So yeah, I reckon that should be enough. So let's jump into qualifying and let's confirm that Q2 spot. So it's time for Q2, and as you can see, good old-fashioned British weather here. As you can see, a lovely bit of rain. So let's jump into things. It's going to be a little bit more of an adaptation process, having to get used to the wet weather, and a bit of a change in the riding style. But let's see if we can try and still be as quick in the wet as we were in the dry, and try and get another pole position and make it 12 out of 12 in this season. Got to say, it's been a very strong lap. Even in the wet, it felt pretty good. We ran a little bit wide at Chapel, and other than that, it's been a pretty flawless lap, to be honest. Here we go, through the final corner now, through Woodcut. Power down, and it's going to be a 202.9, pole by a second. For now, I'm going to try one more time here and see if we can improve, but I reckon that could be the money lap already, to be honest. That was a pretty smooth lap considering the conditions. A little bit rough through there. The end of Sector 3 wasn't the best, but we're still 2.5 tenths up. Let's try and keep it together through Sector 4. Dovi into the 1.5, so scratched out. I thought that was the money lap, but the AI just suddenly found pace. So qualifying is on here, and it's going to be an open playing field. Final corner here. On the 21 carry my speed, using 5th gear this time. Across the line, and we actually don't improve. Wow. Okay then, so it's game on for the qualifying session then. We're going to have to find some pace somehow. I know there's about half a second in the first half of the lap, and then Sector 3 was a little bit scruffy there, so we can improve. Again, a little bit wide there, a little bit, you know, rough. Not the smoothest one, but we are improving here. Final sector, I'm trying to push the limits now and see what I've got left. See if we can find some more lap time. Having to really concentrate though, this is not my strongest track. Wet or dry. I was a little bit better in the dry than I thought I would be, but still, we had to work for it. Trying to hold it flat through there. Across the line, we just don't manage. We fall a fraction short. There's definitely some time in that final sector then. I just need to try and improve Sector 2. That's my weak point. I lost half a second in Sector 2. Oh man, I just set a decent middle sector there, but that was very scruffy. Gonna keep going though. Okay then, this is going to be close. We do improve in Sector 3, somehow, even with that mistake. Now we've got to do is have a pretty average Sector 4, and we should be okay. On the power. Come on, let's try and finish this up good. Wide line into Woodcut, using 5th gear. Just about flat across the line, and we, again, just fall short. My Sector 4 was not great that time round. On the limit, I really don't have much more pace. I just need to try and get it all together, and I reckon I could do it by like a 10th or 2. Oh, that's poor. We're a 10th up there, but I just got that inside curve and it sent me really wide. Which is going to hamper my Sector 2 quite badly here. Damn it, throwing it all away. I need a special end to the lap here to get anything out of this. Oh no. Man, well that's that then. That was a really good third sector and I thought I had it. Damn it, it's going to be P2 for us in this session. So then, for the first time this season, we do not take pole position. It's Dovi taking pole in the Ducati at my home race. The Yamaha is not too far behind, and then there's a bit of a gap to Mir and Petrucci, Rins and Marquez, but that top 4 very close. Myself and Dovi, I can't believe we literally did 2 laps in a row within 400s. You know, over in a 2-minute lap to be within 400s twice is incredible in these conditions. But nonetheless, there is your top 9, and it's going to be streak of poles comes to an end here at my own home race. Hopefully the race is dry because I think in the wet I'm struggling for pace a little bit. So let's see how it goes. But that is your qualifying order, and we're now going to move into the race on Sunday for the British Grand Prix.
Here we are live from the MotoGP class starting grid, where riders and engineers are talking over the last few details before the start of the race.
Here we are then, it's race time for the British Grand Prix, and it is a dry weather, wet track situation. So pretty much it's going to be in the middle, the equivalent to intermediates I would say it would be for F1 in terms of grip. So the track's damp, but there's no rain in the sky, so we're going to see how it goes. It's going to be a pretty long race. Silverstone, obviously one of the long ones in the calendar in terms of MotoGP terms. And we're going to see how it goes. It's going to be tricky. I think if we can get a podium, I'll be happy with it. To be honest, I can't see myself winning this race, if I'm being absolutely honest with you, knowing how Dovi is at the start of the race. But we're going to try our best, and we're going to give it a good old shot. So that being said, let's jump into it here, and let's jump into the race and see how things go. It's time for the British Grand Prix.
The riders are on the Silverstone starting grid and are ready to face one of the most demanding Grand Prix of the whole year.
Right, here we go, clutch pulled. First gear selected here, and it's time for the British Grand Prix. Lights out, and away we go here at Silverstone. Petrucci with a fantastic start, look at that. Wow, what a launch from the Ducati. We're going to go long out of turn 1 here to focus on our traction and exit speed. That's going to give me second place back again. Hot on the brakes into Maggots and Beckett. But we have managed to hold on to second place. Very, very aggressive, and a different line through turn 1, but it kind of paid off on the exit. Using second gear here for traction. A little bit of a slide onto the hangar straight, but still, we're P2. Behind Andrea Dovizioso here as we now make our way towards Stowe. I'm hot, a little bit hot, got to be careful. This is my worst call on the entire racetrack, along with my worst sector, mainly because of Stowe, and also this next corner coming up, the left-hander, the first part of the Bell chicane. I cannot get the bike sorted out really through there. Vinales tries to come through, and he has done. He's got a much better line. I'm really offline. I'm going to try and go around the outside of Joan Mir and try and hold on to the position there. To be fair, we get a good one, nice and tight, and we're going to get a toe on Vinales here. Down the inside of the Spaniard into Abbey, which is the F1 version's turn 1. Trying to keep a nice shallow line and then open up through 2, or in this case, now down into Village. Oh, that curb's a bit of a killer, I've got to be careful with that one. Got the inside line though, which is good. I'm going to leave the door open though. Switch back, power down. I'm on the curb, got to be careful. That's a good exit. But I'm kind of forced to go outside of Vinales here. Can we just power past the Spaniard? No, we can't. I'm going to try and go the long way around. Oh, that's not going to happen though, is it? Or is it? Inside for the right-hander of Lotfield. A little bit of contact there, but for the second race in a row, Vinales almost goes down as a consequence of contact with me, but luckily we both down our bikes. Now through Woodcut, I'm quite good through here. I tend to carry a lot more speed than the AI do. That was very, very close. I'm having to really concentrate here now. Vinales is putting some serious pressure on me, and I cannot cope with it. I'm all over the place. I'm strong through these next 2 sectors, and I need to cash in on that and try and open up a gap. But Vinales is really keeping the pressure on here, and I cannot shake him off. There we go, that's good defensive riding there. Placed my bike beautifully. And now I should be able to pull up a gap here. Okay, Dobby sets the pace, 201.7. I had quite a good woodcut, so that's bought me a little bit of space and also a little bit of time to Vinales. You can see on the mini map a little bit of a gap has opened up, so a good end to the lap. Now let's have a strong sector 1 through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel, and try and extend the gap even more. And that way, hopefully I won't get challenged into sector 2. Okay, that was a better lap. So far so good. Managed to survive sector 2 from Vinales. Very close to going down there, almost tucked the front, but I'm trying to push on here and try and catch up to Dobby if I can. Vinales is still a threat, of course, he's still there, he's still lurking, but we're trying to go for the race win here, not secure the podium. You know, at first I said I wanted the podium, I'd be happy with that, but seeing where how things have gone and how they've played out, I fancy the race win. There we go, fast up of the Grand Prix from me, 3 tenths faster than Dobby that time round. That's more like it. That's the kind of pace I'm talking about right there. Let's try and push on though. We're definitely starting to put the pressure on though. And we're closer to Dobby now than we were to Vinales. Another strong lap there. 2 minute 1.2. Only a tenth off my fastest lap from last time. So pace is good. We're starting to visually now really start to close in on Dobby here. But the margins are very small, very fine. And we're going to have to really concentrate here to get this one. I'm really having to concentrate and work for it, focus. That's why I'm not really talking much. This is definitely the hardest race of the season so far, without a doubt. It's such a tricky track to really get right for MotoGP. It's a 2 minute plus lap, so it's so long. And so many possibilities to get it right, but also get it wrong. And Vinales is still pushing on though. He's not exactly giving up just yet, so I don't think it's over. A bit hot there. Good thing is I'll get to get a good exit though and kind of make up for that lost time, but still. Sector 2 is where I'm still struggling so much. Finally though, here we go. We're starting to really close in on Dobby now, put the pressure on. Sector 3, my strongest sector in the entire race, as we know. Ooh, that's not going to help getting that curve. That's going to be very risky there. Another bit of curb there, but still we're closing in on Dobby. The pressure's starting to mount, but that was a very scruffy end of Sector 3 though, has to be said. That's a good run through Woodcut there. That's going to really help. Another 2:01.1. Very consistent lap times. It wasn't the fastest lap, but it was pretty near enough bang on, so the pressure's building. I reckon this could be the lap where we might be close enough. If we have a strong Sector 2, we could definitely put the pressure on Dobby come the end of the lap, I think. That's a pretty good run there. I need to try and get off that curb though. That curb keeps on messing up my run onto the Wellington straight. But visually, you can see how much closer we are to Dobby now. You don't need me to tell you. The pressure is building, and I dare I say, if I get a good exit out of Luffield, we can definitely have a run through Woodcut onto the pit straight. Try and go for that shallow line. There we go. I think we're close enough. I'm going to try and take a wide entry, bring it in low. There we go. We're going to power past Dobby here on the outside. 2 minute 0.9. A little bit wide through turn 1. I'm hot on the brakes. That's going to invite Dobby back down the inside, but the battle for the lead is on now. With 3 laps to go. This is going to get very tasty. You know, it could be potentially a battle for the championship. Around the outside, inside for turn 5 for me. I struggle to get a good exit here though, through Chapel onto the hanger straight. And Dobby goes back past. This is going to be a good battle. Sector 2 now, this is Dobby's strong point. I want to go down the inside at Stowe. Force my way through. Send Dobby wide, but Dobby holds on though. In fairness, I just don't have the confidence or the pace or the braking ability through this sector to really make any kind of overtake. Dobby's a little bit wide though through the first part of the chicane. And now we go on to the new pit complex, and now we're going to go into my sector, Sector 3. Around the outside. Oh yes. Inside for the left. That's what I'm talking about. Dobby though back down the inside. Not giving up just yet. And gets it done. Got behind the brakes there. We're going to try and stand her up nice and early. Okay, that's a bit better. Nice and tidy through there. But this is going to be a good battle, this. I'm having to really concentrate. I can't commentate as much as I'd like, because I'm having to really focus. Because I'm very close to falling down, to be honest with you. Not so great through turn 1 that time. But still, we're within range here. Into Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, that was close. I'm so much faster through there. I carry such a different line compared to Dobby. Try to see how I can stand up the bike nice and early. Took a bit of a different line there. A little bit wider through the right, and it kind of paid off. I'm going to be in Dobby's toe. 2 laps to go. Racing up towards Copse. I'm very shallow. Block past though. I'm going to stop Dobby from switching back through and getting the move. But I think I'm not out of the woods just yet. Val chicane. Let's have no confidence on the braking here. Dobby back down the inside, and he gets the move done. And now Vinales is really closing up again here. Not a good run through there either. Onto the current pit complex straight. Let's try and get the run into Abbey. Oh, mate, that was too risky again. It's amazing how contrasting like different our lines are. More contact again there. I really thought I wasn't going to hit him, but down the inside into Village. Wow, that was a massive screen freeze. All of a sudden, we're on the back foot. I don't even know what to say about that screen freeze. That was one of the biggest screen freezes I think I've ever had, but that one has certainly not helped me out. I was so disappointed if that would have lost the race there, you know, with 1 lap to go, such a good race. Oh no, I'm hot, I'm all over the place. Come on, composure, composure, composure. No, no, no. It's gone. Fantastic. I just can't trust the AI in this game though, man, I really can't. Luckily, no bike damage sustained. I'm just going to floor it past Dry Mir there and try and get something out this last lap. Right then, half a lap to go. I'm going to go for broke and try and get a P5. I think Petrucci's possible to catch. My rear tyres absolutely had it, but still, I reckon P5 is possible. So I'm going to try and chase after it. Down the inside of Alex Rins. Hot on the brakes there. I'm just going to have to concentrate for the rest of this race. Now, to be honest, I want to try and, you know, correct the mistake. Oh, damn it. I can't get that straight sorted out. We've got the run on Rins, though. And down the inside, it's late. It's rash, but rash is kind of what I do. On the outside, bring it down to the apex. Can we get the run on Petrucci here? I need to get an incredible run through Woodcote to have a chance. Dovi wins the race. We're close to Petrucci, but it's not enough. And it's P6 for us. Disappointing, but we should have won that race. That's annoying. Massive screen freeze, and then that screen freeze just ruined it for me because I was battling for the lead and then I went to battling Dry Mir for P3. Oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. And there we have it, then the results are in. I believe my last lap was a 2:0.3, which is incredible pace, to be honest with you. It's a double podium for Yamaha, though. Marquez P4, Petrucci P5. We come home 6th. Dovi, of course, wins the race. Then we've got Rins, Dry Mir, Crutchlow, and Lorenzo running off the top 10. And then Iannone, Miller, Zarco, Bagnaia, and Espargaro running off the points. And then missing out on the points, we have Oliveira, Rabat, Quattararo, Siren, Nakagami, Espargaro, Morbidelli, and Carol Abram there. But that is going to be it, guys, for the race. And in terms of the Riders' Championship, as you can see, we still lead the way, but the gap is back down to just 1 point. Dovi with the race win, and he needed that. That was big points for him. Also, Vinales and Marquez gain on us as well. And the top 4 is still all to play for in the championship. In terms of the constructors, though, we are 8 points ahead of Ducati. Ducati really closed down the gap in this race, and we're still holding on by 8 points, but also Yamaha are still there, Honda as well, they're not too far off. And in terms of the constructors or the team championship, Yamaha lead the way, very solid points all for them with the double podium today, and looks like Ducati and also Repsol are not too far behind, but it's going to be quite tricky because Yamaha are super consistent. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for this race here for the British Grand Prix in career mode. If you did enjoy it, then please do drop a like, and also get subscribed if you are new for daily Formula 1 and MotoGP content, and turn on notifications to not miss a video from me. Finally, check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But other than that, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.